You're watching Traders Morning Setups with Dex the Algo Capitalist. Dex created his pulse wave price trigger reports over 2 decades ago, and he's been using them to ride the pulse waves as a full-time trader ever since. Find out more about Dex's reports and sign up for our next webinar to learn how to use them at pulsewavetrading.com.
Good morning. Hopefully you had a wonderful weekend, but now it's time to get back to work. Let's take a look at these overnight markets. First, you have the US dollar index. It's down 5 pips at 103.23. It has been maintaining that 103 handle. Then you have the euro, and it's off 3 pips at 109.15. Pound sterling is up 22 pips at 127.24. The Aussie is down 11 pips at 65.96. Bitcoin futures are down $1,040. Make that $1,050 now at $40,535. And the Ethereum futures are down $111.50, trading at $2,375.50. Crude oil is up 47 cents per barrel this morning, trading at $73.72 per barrel. Extreme volatility in the crude oil as of late. Nat gas is down 13 cents at $2.38. And we have gold futures down $6.60 per ounce, trading at $2,022.80 an ounce. Silver is down 60 cents per ounce, trading at $22.11 per ounce. And we have a bearish 2-bar Charlie setup this morning on your micro mini silver contract. So we expect an all-day down day and for the market to finish in the red. And like John said in the live chat here, quote, silver is melting down looking like the wicked witch of the West. Yes, it is, and you are correct. And that's because that bearish trend momentum reading will not let go. Next, we have copper down 3 cents at $3.75. And we have a bearish 2-bar Charlie setup this morning on copper. So we expect an all-day down day and for the market to finish in the red. Next, we have the Dow futures. Dow futures are up 123 points this morning at 38,168. E-mini S&P 500 futures are up 16.5, trading at 48.85 3/4. And we have the E-mini NASDAQ 100 futures up 86 1/4 points, trading at 17,525 1/4. And not to be forgotten, the Russell My Hustle is up 18.3 points at 1973.3, and it has a bullish 2-bar Charlie setup. So we expect an all-day up day and for the market to finish in the green for the Russell My Hustle. Soybean futures down a penny, trading at $12.12 per bushel. Corn is up a half a penny at $4.46 a bushel. And wheat is down 4 cents at $5.88 per bushel. That was a look at the overnight markets. Now here's what's on deck. In market news, we have how to invest as earnings season ramps up. In tech news, we have more AI-powered tools that mean more stuff we'll have to pay for. And in business, people are feeling good about the economy for the first time in a while. But first, let's hit that job market. These employees ain't loyal. Do you feel loyal to your employer? You've heard me say it before on this channel. There is no future in being a company man. But many of you probably don't have an undying allegiance to your corporate overlords. The days of the, work hard, work longer ended long ago. You might even work for multiple companies now, the whole gig economy thing. It wasn't always this way, though. Elder generations tout the benefits of sticking with one employer. Of course, they often gloss over the disappearance of pensions, which help keep people at the same company for decades. And yeah, This is been a thing going on for quite a while now. All right. And what about the thing that few people are talking about? And that's the breaking of the psychological contract between employer and employee. There isn't a shared understanding of expectations, leading each to believe they're getting a raw deal. The corporation is saying, "Man, we could be saving a lot of money right now if we had computer AI to run things, coupled with robotics." But no, we got to use flesh and blood people, and they're being run by unions. Their employer-employee relationship first started breaking down with the rise of globalization. Corporations fearing overseas competition started viewing their workers more transactionally. More recently, employees have gained power from the rise of quitting, job hopping, and workers' reluctance to return to the office, which you cannot blame them. The resulting environment is one where loyalty is in short supply and both sides are at odds. The best example of the deterioration of loyalty in corporate America these days is in big tech. Many Americans became disillusioned with their employers long ago, but tech was an outlier. Workers enjoyed healthy perks, a strong culture, and eye popping compensation packages. Cracks in the foundation formed early last year when many tech companies made deep cuts for the first time. The layoffs left some blindsided, but others couched it as a one off event due to pandemic overhiring and tough economic conditions. 1 year later, big tech's layoffs are back and could become the new normal. Instagram is cutting at management level, and employees at parent company Meta are bracing for similar reductions. Amazon has made layoffs across several divisions, including Audible, Prime Video, and Amazon MGM Studios. Some employees fear the cuts could be even deeper via quiet firing tactics. However, the best representation of the growing employee employer chasm in big tech is at Google. Long considered tech's gold standard, the company had a rough 2023 that left insiders feeling like its culture had been destroyed. This month, Google laid off hundreds of employees across teams from advertising sales to central engineering. Yeah, CEO Sundar Pichai reportedly said in an internal memo that there will be more role eliminations throughout the year to remove layers to simplify execution and drive velocity in some areas. Now, in response, some Google employees are fighting back against their glassy eyed leaders by organizing protests. They can fire you anytime and will if it's in the business interest. And you do the same and leave anytime when it's your personal interest. Well, here's what's happening in the headlines. So, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who was once seen as the biggest threat to Trump's 2024 White House bid, ends his presidential campaign and endorses Trump. Two Navy SEALs declared dead after going missing during night missions off the coast of Somalia. Mexico's one big advantage over the U.S. right now could stall the Made in America push. Japan has landed a spacecraft on the moon for the first time, but the mission didn't go exactly according to plan. That's interesting. America has not gone back to the moon because they claim they forgot how and they lost the information on how to get there. But yet Japan is saying, "Hey, we just landed on the moon and it's kind of lonely up here." How to make sense of and invest during earnings season. Investment chiefs weigh in on what to look out for as companies report their fourth quarter earnings. They also share the sectors with the most on the line as the numbers roll in. I can tell you that one right off the cuff. You're going to be looking at the banking industry because they're closing thousands of branches and laying off thousands of employees. A big red flag for the economy just popped up. New Fed data shows bank credit levels have fallen for 3 straight quarters and a first since 2010. That's a sign companies are borrowing less, which means less spending on projects that lead to economic growth. Bank of America's chief offers some advice for the Fed. Brian Moynihan said his bank predicts 4 rate cuts this year and in 2025. The aggressive approach is necessary so the economy can keep growing, he said. In tech news, the generative AI future will not be free. Many of our favorite internet services have been free for years, but with generative AI, that era could end. Look at Mark Zuckerberg's GPU flex. It could cost Meta as much as $128 billion by the end of this year. But there's a chance quantum tech could fix all these costs. It appears to be true. Search engines like Google are getting worse. Researchers say it's because aggressive SEO tactics are ruining search results, making it harder for people to access helpful information online. Now, that story was broke a while ago, and that's not the truth at all. The real truth is they changed the internet. All right. They totally destroyed the internet. The internet, as you and I have known it, does no longer exist. And if you just do a little quick search on YouTube, you will find those videos showing you the hard evidence, showing you the receipts of what happens on just basic random searches. You may be surprised. Meet the OpenAI Mafia. These 17 former OpenAI employees founded startups that have collectively raised nearly $8 billion. This list includes the founding teams of Anthropic and Covariant, which already have hundreds of employees. Kind of reminiscent of the late 90s, early 2000s. Remember the whole internet craze? Anything that had a .com on at the end of it was able to get venture capitalist money. It was just raining VC money from the sky. All you had to do is say .com. You didn't have to have any earnings. Shoot, you didn't even have to have a business plan in some cases. Just say this is what I want to do, and they said, here, have money. American consumers haven't been this upbeat about the economy since 2021. Both Democrats and Republicans expressed more optimism, according to a consumer sentiment gauge. Year ahead inflation expectations softened to 2.9%, hitting the lowest since December 2020. Streaming music is a brutal business, just as Spotify. It's the most dominant force in streaming music, but it's a very difficult business to make money in. That's why the company has spent so much time and money trying to do things beyond streaming music. Tips on how to get a job in 2024 now that the labor market is cooling. Experts said that job seekers should do research, consider how they network, and do things, possibly even submitting a video to stand out from the crowd. So we've gone from an employee's market to an employer's market. That will be devastating on the economy. In other news, Mark Zuckerberg is sitting on a mountain of the hottest commodity in tech right now. DocuSign, Zoom, and Twilio thrived in the pandemic era stock market. In 2024, they're some of cloud software's most likely M&A targets. How Alec Baldwin is facing an involuntary manslaughter charge again, and an exclusive menopause care startup, MIDI, is raising $60 million just 4 months after its last funding round. And what's happening today? Paris Fashion Week, and that kicks off today. Christian Dior and Schiaparelli are among the brands debuting their spring and summer 2024 lines today. And in earnings, you have United Airlines, among others. All right, folks, that is the morning pre-market report. One other thing I want to remind you of: tomorrow, January 23rd at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the doomsday clock announcement. What is it going to be. I'll go ahead and post a link here in the live chat for you. All right, folks, you know what it is, man. System works if you work the system. Bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And on that note, I'm out. Peace.